Mike Moore Media.
On our media line, Rodney Cates, Director of Rockingham County Emergency Services, getting ready for winter weather. Hey, Rodney, how are you?
Hey, Mike. Good. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Well, we've had a little taste of winter weather in the mountains today, haven't we?
We have, and it's very fitting that we're talking about this today because certainly they're under a winter weather advisory until 4 o'clock this afternoon. So, yes, certainly some winter weather up their way, spreading the Christmas cheer and getting everybody ready for the holidays.
Sure. Some people love the snow, some people don't, but it's coming regardless. So, and this is Winter Weather Preparedness Week, you tell me.
It is. December 3rd through the 9th is Winter Weather Preparedness Week, and our state and local officials are urging everyone to plan and prepare now before the potentially dangerous winter weather arrives. And certainly, as we just talked about, those folks in the mountains were probably planning early this week, in fitting for this week, and certainly utilizing the things that they've planned for today and for the rest of the week, most likely.
Sure, yeah. Well, the weather in our state can be unpredictable, that's for sure, through the year, but particularly at the wintertime, can it?
It can, and it can change so quickly, and with us being as far north as we are close to the Virginia border, we certainly can get our fair share of the snow or the ice events. Ice is usually what hampers us the most, but yes, that can change at the drop of a hat, and we monitor these situations, all weather situations, we monitor them at all times, but certainly this time of year, because the ice and the snow can make travel so treacherous, we really try to stay on top of that and monitor everything that's going on this time of year.
Sure, yeah. How can we be prepared? What are some things we certainly need to do, Rodney?
We know the message that's sent out by the state says do not wait until the last minute to prepare for winter weather. So start today by making sure that your emergency supply kits are up to date. Stay informed about weather forecasts and review your family emergency plans with everyone in your home so that everyone knows what to do in case of an emergency or a winter storm. So I think that encompasses a lot, but that says a lot to go ahead and make those preparations. So when we hear that forecast and we're monitoring the news or our weather apps or whatever it is that we get our forecast from, when for our area they start forecasting that and potential power outages and things of that nature, that we are prepared and we're not scrambling at the last minute to find heating sources or batteries or food sources for our family, that we're already prepared and we have that in place when these events occur.
Sure. Yeah, it's the old Scout motto, isn't it? Be prepared.
Exactly. Always being prepared.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I just have checked out a website, ReadyGov. I know we have our own particular one here in our state that you've talked about many times, but ReadyGov has some really good resources. There's a 2024 winter preparation calendar and things all through the year. So lots of good tools out there online.
There are, Mike, and you're right. There are many resources, and all of them kind of point in the same direction about preparedness and what we need to do to prepare, and consistent with what the state pushes out. We're all encouraged to prepare for a 3-day supply of non-perishable food for all the members of our families, medications, have those prescriptions ready, or just those aspirin and things that we may need during those times for those headaches. Batteries, keeping fresh batteries on hand for flashlights or weather radios or things of that nature, keeping those chargers, those phones and those mobile devices charged, and being mindful that we can charge them in the car. We certainly don't want to run those cars inside of garages because that's certainly a problem. But we could back those cars out of a garage or turn the ACC on for just to run the battery power for that charger, charge those back up in our car with our car chargers, and be able to monitor these forecasts and things that we're watching during these weather events.
Yeah, okay, very good. How do you prepare your department and your staff and your people, because there's so many involved in emergency services and EMS and all of that? So what do you all do?
Well, we get great information from the Weather Service, both the Raleigh National Weather Service as well as Blacksburg, and again, we monitor that daily. We get some great forecasts from partners that we have, such as Duke Energy, North Carolina Emergency Management. The meteorology department for both of those provides some great resources. And if an event is coming, number one, well prior to the event, we make sure that all of our equipment is ready. During the summer months when it's warm, we start our equipment every 2 weeks just to make sure that it's ready. When it gets into these colder months, we start our equipment every week to make sure that it is situationally prepared and operationally ready at all times. Backup generators, extra gas cans. We maintain extra oxygen tanks should we need them. We have an emergency supply of those should we need them. Should people go out without power that are on concentrators, we try to have some availability there for those folks. So we continuously maintain our stuff. We monitor these forecasts, and when something is forecast to come to our area, we look, number one, at where is it going to hit. Is it countywide? Is it the west side of the county? Is it the east side? And then we start working with those partners, which would be our local fire departments, our rescue squads. We upstaff if needed, both on the EMS side and the 911 side. And if the situation warrants, then we activate our Emergency Operations Center. We all go inside the Emergency Operations Center, and we help mitigate the situation through requesting state resources, if need be, to help our citizens get through these types of situations.
Sure. Okay. Being prepared, very important through the year and certainly in the winter seasons, too. Let's talk a little bit about, while we have a moment here, about fire safety. I heard a story on the news this morning about space heaters.
Right, and that's one of the messages that people or the state is putting out for our citizens during this Preparedness Month. And they talk about using alternative heat sources and knowing how to properly operate these alternative heat sources. It's especially important to vent kerosene heaters and keep those generators outside. Generators are not intended to go inside. Any gas-powered commodity is not intended for an inside purpose, whether that's in a garage or whether it's inside of a house. These gas-powered entities produce carbon monoxide, which is a silent killer, and it can kill you much quicker. You will never know it's coming because you don't smell it, and it can certainly be deadly. Never burn charcoal indoors. We have statewide, you'll hear about people bringing a charcoal grill inside to stay warm by, and certainly that's a deadly combination as well. So knowing what you have to heat your home and how to safely do it and where these heating commodities should be placed, that being outside of the house, is vitally important this time of year.
Great information. Thank you for that. Anything else you'd like to mention?
Yeah, two quick things, Mike. The state, in their message, they push out, certainly don't forget your pets during this time of year. Now, we have some very conscious people that call us from time to time, and we send our very active animal control officers from the various organizations that we serve to go out and check on animals that are outside. But these animals also, they need an emergency supply kit as well, just as we do, and they need to have food for 3 days and or up to 3 days, and they don't need to be left outside for long periods of time because certainly it's cold on them as well. And the state encourages us to bring our pets inside when the temperatures are below freezing. So as we prepare for ourselves and our families, certainly our pets are part of our families as well. So we need to be mindful of them and make sure that they're taken care of during this time as well.
Okay, great. Anything else before we wrap up?
I think we're good. ReadyNC.gov is a great website, and we've talked about that many times before, and the government site that you mentioned earlier is a great site. So a lot of resources out there to help us prepare for winter weather, and certainly we're always available to assist however we can if need be.
What's the best way to get in touch with your department if someone needs you?
They can certainly call our office numbers. They can call our administrative number to the 911 center and ask for whatever department they need. That number is 336-634-3000. That's an administrative line into the 911 center, certainly manned 24/7, 365, and they can contact any of us via radio, pager, telephone, and certainly an avenue that they could reach the fire marshal's office, emergency management coordinator, myself as the director, the 911 director. Anybody can be reached through that avenue.
Rodney, always good to talk to you. Always good to get that wonderful information you share with us to get us through the winter months here and prepare for things. And let me wish you a very Merry Christmas and your staff, and a safe holiday for everyone. Thank you.
All right, Mike, thank you, and you safe holidays for you and your family as well.
Talk to you in the new year.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, Rodney. That's Rodney Cates. He is Director of Rockingham County Emergency Services, our 911 system, always there when we need them. Again, let's mention those websites. That is readync.gov and ready.gov. So that's readync.gov to get it a little more local for our state. And then on a national level, ready.gov with good tools there for you. And I'd like to invite you to check out the Facebook page for Rockingham County Emergency Services and keep right up to the minute on all of the different things going on in that department.